If my calculations are correct, then this is where you will emerge. Welcome, friend. We have much to share. Now, you are blind, but I have left you provision to see that your passage might be shorter than mine. I am forced to conceal it somewhere in this room and trust in your wits to uncover it. I am not the only ghost in this place. It's our friend A.S. 23rd October, 1883. Mr. Rigby, suffice it to say that I do not share my colleagues' faith in your character. Were it up to me, I should not engage a man of such low breeding and even lower station as yourself. The very thought of taking a grave robber into our service chills my stomach, but as Mr. de Montfaucon is fond of saying, needs must as the devil drives. It falls to me, then, to brief you in your ungodly task. As you should be well aware, you shall only be paid upon your successful return with the artifact. Should you find yourself having any ideas otherwise, I must stress to you that, while the artifact is of enormous value, it is only of value within a certain small community of researchers. It is not for the eyes or hands of an uneducated man such as yourself. I unconditionally demand that you do not interact with the object in any way. It might prove incredibly dangerous for you to do so. It is an instrument of great power and should not be interfered with by inferior minds. A mountain, a moor, a palace, a slum. Why not the quarters of a galleon in full sail? With each dizzying step, I am whisked around the globe as simply as turning a corner. Will you be following my path, or forging one anew? What sights you must have witnessed, if my own experience is any guide. I'll keep leaving notes, and I urge you to do the same, that we might know if our paths have crossed. Thrilling as this is, there is something not quite right with this place, though I struggle to define what. Some earthy tang of reality that is quite missing. I sometimes fancy I can smell the lime and grease paint. It's been 30 weeks at sea, and the crew grow restless at our lack of plunder. Though I would not betray it, I share those concerns. A privateer's license is no small investment, and my investors will not be happy without a return. According to the prisoners we took off the San Esposito, we should find the Santa Helena in these waters, fresh out of New Granada. They were simple swabs, ignorant of all save the workings of the decks, but they spoke of some artifact of great value aboard. I gave them a place among my crew. The Santa Helena came apart on rocks at 1800 hours. She heaved as if the bottom had been torn from her and began taking on water at a terrible rate. Only there were no rocks. We approached as close as we dared to try and take on survivors, but only one swam clear of the wreckage. He is some sort of scholar, a wild-eyed wreck of a man in tattered, blood-stained rags. Clutched in his white-knuckled fist was some sort of sculpture that he babbled was of unimaginable power and worth. It seems our prize may not have gone with the Helena. I've had it moved to my quarters for safekeeping. It is the natural tendency of this world to twist itself into ever more elaborated arrangements, like the spirals of a vortex, at once both the pattern and the system. It seems as though each room is itself a part of a wider apparatus. You must tune the room to find the glyph, and tune the glyph to find the door. All must be aligned, but to what purpose? Am I the explorer? The prisoner? Another room, another door, another room. Either you are as lost as I, or more likely you have forsaken me. Another room, another door. yet never a pang of hunger nor the welcome respite of sleep. Another door, another room. I keep a tally in my ledger, but I can no longer count the marks. I count the pages. The writing keeps me sane. I tell myself so. I did not deserve this hell. I see a once mighty people brought low by these heathen invaders and their plagues. They look to their priestess for the will of the gods, but the jaguar and the feathered serpent speak to me no more. The crystal of our ancient mothers is being summoned. I would speak to them. I see past lives, future lives, impossible lives. I am blind as my reflection. Our gods do not live here. This way brings no salvation. This path is not for my people. I shall seal them from it. March 1883. Miss Margaret Cox, I am writing to you for the final time before I begin the proceedings I have brought to your attention. Since my brother's disappearance, you have attached yourself to my mother like a leech. For her sake, I would prefer this to be quiet, but you are a charlatan and a fraud, and I will expose you as such if I must. Leave her be, or else the paper has offered me a full page. Robert Bailey. For Simon Grayson, a.k.a. the Great Khan. What has become of you? You know I can tell when you're lying. I was the only one you could never fool. I know you have it. Have you started playing without me? It sounds magnificent. This pressman isn't going to leave me alone, and you owe me you so. Since when can you resist putting on a performance? We'll be pioneers. I'll be at the Lion at 9 o'clock. You'll be there. I know you. Mags. If you are here, then my travails have not been in vain. If nothing else, my promise to you gave me purpose. If I was damned for trapping you here, then now I offer you my redemption. Finally, I hold the key, the secret to this world of worlds, this place of endless places. With it you may lift the veil, peek behind the curtain. We do not have to take the path that is offered. We began at home, staring at the stars. So much to discover, so little time. Countless ships bore us triumphant to a hidden temple. It was at home you proved a shallow friend. Under these alien stars, I courted only death. I am saved by science, my muse. The Null graced me with time for a dozen lives' work. Now death returns to take his due. Now you see the truth of it. Time within this place works differently from without. An hour, a day, a century. Who's to say? A pity. I had to wait here to see you on your final step of the journey. Everything is in readiness. Take this. Use it to find the room. Dear Professor de Montfalcon, while I don't doubt your altruistic motives, your sister's condition is not aided by her continued confinement to your estate. I beg of you to see Madame Lucy return to the sanatorium as early as can be arranged. Yours, Dr. Beckett. Experiment 13, Subject L, Cardiac Viscous. Necrosis halted indefinitely. Manual operation at 77 and 3/4 milliamps. Facsimile of life restored only with proximity to raw null. No further avenues, no way back. Dear Lucy, forgive me. I was too late. Welcome. It seems to be my fate to be forever standing on the shoulders of greater men. Montefalcon's work here makes mine appear that of a child, but he never cracked the final secret to the doors as I have. He carried with him the key all along, and he never realized. The soul is the root of the null. It comes down to a simple trade, mine for hers and hers for yours. The heart is the seat of the soul. Travel well and don't look back. Whatever you see here, don't ever look back.